Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play D&D stream. We play in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 5 of my friends are brave enough to play in, for whatever reason. Tonight we are down 2 members of the party. One has some work responsibilities. The other is traveling the world for a couple weeks, so huzzah to both, I guess. I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus in chat. Always good to see you. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. Say your name, your character, and somebody roll me a d20 to find this week's RPG character prompt.
Oh, it's probably my turn. 4.
All right. I think this is a lame question. Roll a d10.
Can we
5.
hear it?
Wonderful. Great. Everyone, please introduce yourself, your characters, and answer the question, how does your character handle difficult or recalcitrant people?
That is a word.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Difficult or recalcitrant?
Oh.
Ooh. Well, let's dive right into it with the top of the totem. Well, no, I don't want to go there. With the top of the ladder, we've got Mike.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike, aka Defect, the Warforged Arcanaton. And Defect's go-to
Warforged and
method.
Arcanaton are the same thing.
Thank you. It's been a while.
Arcanaton Barbarian. That's what you play.
Thank you. That's what I meant to say. Well, we all knew that. Defect go-to method of dealing with recalcitrant people will probably be a show of brute strength.
Dust.
If it has to go that far, yes, dust. We'll do that. We'll just go brute strength, whether that means arm wrestling, regular wrestling, axe wrestling, any sorts of wrestling.
No, you can't do competitive things, remember?
I know. Only if there's a lot of people watching.
Well, good
Fate
to know.
of the world, I can do it.
Fair enough. Very, very cool. Thank you. Moving on down the ladder, we got Sarah.
Oh, hey, that's me. My name is Sarah, and I play Olive, who is a half-orc druid. Olive is also better at intimidation than persuasion, and has a fun cantrip called Primal Savagery that just makes her nails and teeth lengthen, and also develop corrosive poison. But it's very much a kind of a thing.
Wonderful. Love that. Thank you so much. And on the bottom of this section of the ladder, we have Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Nereus, the Azamar Sorcerer. I would say probably a mixture of persuasion and lying. And if that doesn't work, holding them, 60 feet in the air with telekinesis generally does pretty good.
Yeah, most people, I would say so. Well, thank you all for that. And my name is Jared. I am your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged, and I play everyone and everything else that is not the 5-player characters. The other 2 being Grig and Spoot, a goblin artificer, and Tortle cleric, in that order. Well, wonderful. That all being said, let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged, shall we? Last time on Nuuli Forged, the party rushed to the I screwed it up already. All right, rewind. Last time on Nuuli Forged, the party rushed into battle to aid a Garian Granix, paladin of the Horizon Walker and friend to Spoot. Though the other misfits had never met a Garian, All they needed was Spoot say so. During the battle, they faced off against a group of Shade Reachers, led by the mysterious dead-eyed orc, Shurga, whom Spoot had also deduced was a fallen paladin of some former deity. And also happened to own a vicious glaive. However, before they could defeat the orc, Shurga summoned forth a hellish nightmare and promptly vanished from view. The party was able to defeat the remaining Shade Reachers quite handily, and even captured one to hold for questioning. Last week, due to technical difficulties and a lack of more of the crew, it was a bit of a short episode, so we just had the battle. So not too much has been missed. But we pick up in this small sort of clearing area with fresh snow on the ground. It's getting later. You are farther north. Later in the year, farther north. And you have captured and handily tied up a Shade Reacher archer who's got like black tattoos, kind of like an amorphous black tattoo over like one side of his face, wearing black armor, looks beat to hell, knocked unconscious. Agarian gave him a good thwack on the back with his greatsword at Spoot's encouragement, as to that was the plan. And Trip Sharprunner comes riding up to the group on Kruthi, who has been your guide. And there is this paladin whom none of you have actually met. He's wearing kind of a pale yellow plate armor. There's a symbol of the Horizon Walker on it, which is like a line with like a semicircle over the top half and rays coming out like a rising sun. There is a... he's also got a very clean, sharp-looking greatsword, and he's an Earthborn Ganassi type individual, elementally attuned or influenced by the Earth at the moment of his birth in some fashion. Long, kind of like flowing silvery brown hair. Not through age. It looks like it's actual strands of like silver metallic ore or something. And kind of a gray skin with brown flecks. Looks like granite for the most part. Kind of a little bit darker shade than your average granite. And big white crystalline eyes. But that is the individual who stands amongst your party and is having a little conversation. What?
You froze.
You froze.
Discord's going to play this game again. You got what?
He kind of looks like granite, but he's a little bit...
He's a little bit darker in shade than just your average granite. That's all. But
he's not your average granite.
He's not.
No. He's not taking...
He is currently having a conversation with Spoot over on one side, but you have a tied-up individual with you.
I believe at the end of the last one, we were also rolling all the bodies.
Yeah, Greg found a few coins and such things, but not too much else.
Question, before this fight, did we have a long rest?
You did have a long rest before the fight, yes.
Alright. I have to look back at what got used.
1 third level spell slot, and you have 119 HP.
Oh, you only use... Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, you
so
have
I can do what I want to do.
You guys sort of steamrolled the group of Shade Reachers, except for the orc, and once you all teamed up on the orc, he knew which way the wind was blowing and was like, I'm out. What he actually did was carve a piece of flesh off of one of his fallen people with his glaive and say something, and then a nightmare literally appeared under him, raising him up as he fed it the flesh of his fallen companion.
It was pretty horrifying, actually.
Hot.
Yeah.
That'd be Halloween.
That's what. Yes.
I'm into it. All right.
Yeah, you'd like him.
So we have a tied up person in front of us.
Yes, an unconscious, tied up human with dark tattoos and that black armor of that seems to be ubiquitous among the Shade Reachers.
Were these people very constitution-y?
He's a fairly willowy looking archer.
Sweet.
Oh dear.
Okay.
How would that? Can I do a general medicine check on the party as a whole?
Sure.
15.
Cool. Yeah. Most of you are actually doing pretty okay at this point.
Okay.
Spoot is probably the most hurt at the moment, but he's busy talking with a Garian.
All right, then I'm just going to say a first level healing word at our captive to bring him back to consciousness.
Yeah.
Since he's died, right?
He has not died. He is just unconscious.
Tied.
Oh, yeah, yes,
Yep.
yes. He is very much bound.
Great. He gets 6 healing points
Cool.
and should now be available for questioning.
Yeah, you see he blinks back to life and is like, "What is this? What? Who?" Ugh. And he kind of
Hi
looks at
there.
his position. He's like, "Ugh. What do you want? I'm not going to tell you anything. Might as well kill me."
Oh, I really think you should reconsider your situation.
And why is that?
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Fine.
Which one are you?
The one that blows things up. Or turns people to dust.
No, that's me.
I can do it too.
Hmm.
Well, I only know, I mean, based on the group of you, you're these misfits, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we all got warned to watch out for you, so, you know.
You didn't do a great job.
Well,
I
we
mean, here we are.
were working on something else at the time.
You still weren't marching out, clearly. So, where's your base?
To be more important than us.
Well, this paladin over here, and he knocks his head towards Agarian, has been a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, they
Oh.
are.
Trust me, I can cause a great deal more. Where's your base?
He doesn't say anything.
You have till the count of 5.
Look, if it's between you and Oligar, Oligar's way scarier than you people.
Well then, we'll see how you feel in a second. Font manipulator, power word pain.
Ooh, okay. What does
What is
power
this?
word pain do?
I'll
Yeah.
link it. Give me 1 second.
It's a con save, I believe, right?
Yes. Oh, wrong spell list.
He fails.
There it is. Oh, hold on. I have to learn it to cast it, so give me 2 seconds. Or to show you the thing.
Sure. If you go to the spell page, you can also, I think, click show on VTT, but whatever. But
Well, I
he
can't do it from the
fails.
spell list.
Oh, gotcha.
Is it going in?
Yep.
Oh,
you got
it is. Okay.
Yeah. So he immediately starts screaming in agony, and it like echoes through the forest. Ah! You see his body like
to activate the spell, I just
cramping.
like boop him on the nose.
Okay, so you just bunk.
Yeah.
How long does it last for? And can you?
Until he rolls a passing save.
Okay.
Oh.
So you boop him, and he immediately starts screaming and just roiling in pain. And he's like, this is still not worse than Oligar. You're a dick. Oh, God.
I can make it stop.
No. And he rolls another con save and does not succeed. Because your
I
DC is
just
a
sit
19
down.
now?
20.
20. Oof. Yeah, he's not going anywhere fast. He is gonna just like writhe in agony and scream. You're all subject to this man screaming. Are any of you doing anything in this meantime? Or are you just letting him roil in pain?
Olive's going to play the bagpipes.
I feel
What do you
like
think of this? What do you think of this one?
wow, yeah. All right.
Yeah, no, Defect kind of just steps in and just like looks at him squirming on the ground and says, I think he can go through a couple more rounds of this.
Olive's going to play the bagpipes badly.
After a minute goes by, the screaming stops, and he turns his head, and he's like sweating, and he's got that like I've been in severe pain, like withdrawn, pale face. He rolled a natural 20 on his 11th saving throw, so he did succeed eventually. But he's just
Told
like
you.
he is just bedraggled and just horribly sweating, and he looks at you and he's like, "Fuck."
I can do this again. Do you want to do this again?
Not really. No,
Do you want to tell me what I want to know?
I can't. It's not a matter of if I want to.
Why
But you're
not?
useless.
Well, that depends on your on your point of view.
Tell me, or convince me that you're not.
Well, I can't tell you where it is. I'm kind of bound not to do that.
By what kind of magic?
I don't know. I don't do magic. I don't know if you noticed, but I shoot arrows.
Okay.
We used to have this guy who worked for Oligar. And he taught a few people in Oligar's old crew, and then a couple of those guys taught some of us.
Was his name Bodo? Little
No,
halfling,
no, no,
snarky.
no. It was a human, some older human, I think. They said his name was like Kayla or something like that.
Okay, so a
Yep.
cast I haven't killed yet.
No.
Oh, cool.
Kaylin?
Yeah, that's the name. Apparently, he
Taught-
used to teach Oligar's archers back in the day, and they showed us a few things.
Oh. Nothing about the binding magic.
No,
Right.
I know nothing about that. I was told,
Can you give-
drink this, and so I drank that. That's what I did.
Which direction should we head?
He'll make a survival check. Ooh. All right, you want to
That's not
head
good.
north by northeast at 13 degrees, and just keep going.
Insight?
Make an insight check.
See if I can do that today. 19.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't sense deception. The way it rolled off his tongue, you get a sense that he just is really good with directions. He rolled a natural
Okay.
20 on his survival check.
Wait. With the face you made, I was like, he either did a natural 20 or a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be an in-between.
Yeah.
All right. How many days travel?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay.
between
just
3 and 12.
I mean, that's not the best guess, but it's a fair guess. It's something to go off of.
Yeah, look,
And I'm assuming it's very an obvious fortress looking thing.
big ruined
Or
tower sticking out in the middle of the forest by a foot of a mountain range. Yeah, it's pretty noticeable.
listen, I've never been up here. It's best to double check. Because do I look like the trekking type?
I mean, under different circumstances, maybe.
Suspicious comment. Um. All right. Do you guys have any further use for him?
Look, I told you what I could. You want to let me go?
No.
Oh, I said I'd let you live.
Sure. What, you got to carry me with you the whole way?
No, I can leave you here tied up. That's letting you live.
No, that's kind of letting me die.
It's not.
Do you know what's in these woods?
Sounds like your problem.
You're right shit. Algar would like you if he didn't have to kill you.
Well, he wouldn't have to kill me if he didn't make things personal.
Take my word for it. If there's one thing Algar is not, it's personal. That guy is a cold, calculating machine.
Well, he didn't calculate things very well with me.
I don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I said I'd let him live. He's a bit of a twat. Do you guys want to dust him?
Agarian steps
Did you
in.
promise?
What do you mean by dust him?
Nothing.
Defects X turns people to dust, or I can disintegrate him.
It is one thing to kill people in the heat of battle. To straight out murder someone while they're tied up for you is surely another matter entirely. And he looks over to Spoot, who just kind of does that awkward Spoot thing of like looking at you, looking at him, and kind of withdrawing half of his head into his shell.
I'm not the moral compass of the party. And they threaten my friends. His boss blew up our house. They threaten my family.
I don't deny that they are evil, but murder is just as evil.
You could look away.
My presence does not change what you've done. It's your souls.
Mine against theirs, I feel like mine's a bit less tarnished. But if you think you know better than what to do with him, be my guest. But chances are he might run crawling back to his boss and let him know. Aside from that other one that escaped, that's also a problem.
You see Agarian kind of like adjusts a wound in his shoulder from the glaive and nods. Indeed, it is. But he looks down at the guy here. He says, "I will try something." And he looks down at the guy. And you can see he reaches out and like touches him on the forehead, like thumb on the forehead and hand over the heart. And his eyes glow this kind of pale yellow. And he says, "You will flee south." And the guy's eyes flash in a bright yellow for just an instant. And he kind of blankly nods. Igarian stands up. "I believe he will not trouble us for some number of days."
If you say so. I'll just get up and brush the snow off my knees.
So
What time of
Agarian
day
has
is it?
cast something, you don't know what, but he does not make the move to untie him, leaving it to your discretion.
Um,
Well, I suppose, Boot won't let me hear the end of it. I'll just take out my little knife and cut the ropes.
Yeah, you undo the ropes. The guy kind of stumbles to his feet and just starts booking due south for all you can tell. It looks like he looks up and he kind of figures something out and then just starts booking it.
I'm assuming we took all of his equipment, right?
He didn't really have much other than like a backpack that had a couple rations and
I mean, like weapons and stuff. We took up all that stuff
yeah, he doesn't.
when we tied
He's
him.
not armed. Yeah.
All right.
have a nice journey.
He goes, "If you want to live, don't go there," and just runs off.
I mean, he's not wrong, but we knew that already. Shall we then?
This is when Trip
Yes.
Sharp Runner says, "So, seems like you all have a direction. Do you still want me? Need my help?"
I mean,
Well, yes.
we don't know how many days, and you seem to know these wilds a bit more. So, I mean, your help a bit more on the way to the tower might be useful.
Sure, I can do that for
Yep.
you.
Don't need to drag you into the tower, but just at
I'm not
least to this
going in the
forest.
tower. That I
Yeah,
can
but they said
guarantee.
that it's surrounded by a forest, so I don't think, aside from Olive, you might be the best one to help us through a forest too, or at least closer.
I have been exploring this area off and on for the past 25 years or so, but it's changed a lot. You know, spell storms were still going on towards the end there, and
Of course,
you know.
you
Anyway,
still have the best knowledge of all of us.
well, thank you. I will be happy to aid you. Just wanted to make sure.
Of course.
I can wind walk up to 10 of us.
What does that mean?
We turn
Oh no.
fly really
We
fast.
can see where we're going.
Ah.
The
Well,
only catch is that we revert somewhere safe. Like we can't revert in the middle of a battle because they'll kill us.
got it. Well,
Like it takes a minute. So
sure.
as long as we find someplace safe to turn back to corporeal beings, it will get us there a lot faster.
I've
And
never
will let us.
navigated as a cloud, and I don't know what it would look like from up there.
So by
Fair.
foot.
By foot, I can travel real quick, and I know where not to go. I'm
Why
just
don't we
a
travel by foot for now, and then we can reassess as we get closer.
I mean, we've got anywhere from 3 to 10 days of travel. I think we have 10 days before the moon alignment. Who do you think? Convergence.
Everybody, go ahead and make a nature check for me. Oh, poor defect.
Oh,
Uh,
Jesus.
Olive, with a 16, as soon as you say that, you kind of look up at the moon, or the moons, and you know how like you can kind of see the shape of the moon during the day because it's still there, like it doesn't leave. The two moons seem to be closer in alignment than you thought they were, or you thought they should be.
Mm-hmm.
So you may not have as long as 10 days.
So 10 days might be ambitious.
Is
I
there
think
a...
speed.
Oh, right. You said you were on a deadline yesterday, right?
Yeah, the convergence of the moons.
Agarian kind of tips his head in. The convergence of the moons? What is
Mhm.
this?
When the moons align, they're
See
planning
that
to do something with the shards.
fits into the other moon. Apparently, when they appear that way, as if they're one moon, that's important.
Huh. How interesting. And this has to do with shards or shard fragments?
Apparently, when the moons do that, the something makes everything more powerful.
They're, they're trying to do what the Ibn tried to do back in the day.
Ah. Oh. That's what
Yeah,
Spoot was looking for in the library before we parted ways, I believe. I helped him summon that research.
Yeah.
yeah. And we're not real sure what they were doing, but it was not good for the planet.
Ah, well then. If you desire my aid, it is yours.
And we could always use more help, especially with the people we know we're
Yes.
going against.
Definitely.
Very well. I will do
Defect
whatever
can
I
only hit
can
so many
to
people at the
ensure.
same time.
I will do whatever I can to ensure the safety of the roads and of Nuuli.
Well, I appreciate that. We all do. Since it's looking
So,
like our deadline's coming up sooner, Trip, would you mind trying to navigate from the air? At least we can get maybe closer to the ground, and we don't have to fly up super high, just so we can go fast.
Well, I'd certainly be willing to try, but I'm not sure how Kruthi would handle it.
Hmm.
Just to
We throw
clarify, the
Kruthi in
spell
the bag of
the
holding.
spell targets creatures, not humans.
myself and up to 10 willing creatures.
Okay, cool.
And Kruthi, I'm assuming, doesn't fit the bag of holding.
No, Kruthi is like a human-sized weird monstrosity insect thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see if maybe Kruthi's willing. I mean, if
I'll do what I
it's
can.
if it's too much, we can just try to go on our own. But
Sure. You see, he begins making all kinds of clicks and clacks, and there's some in spurts and some like chittering noises. It's kind of disturbing, honestly, to see and hear this conversation, because it's this big, like, almost ant-like creature, but it's only got like 4 legs, and they go up and then they come down, and they're sharp and they're pointy, and it's this hinged jaw with these sharp, bitey, snashy teeth. But they're having a chat. And a few minutes later, he comes back. Well, she's willing to try, but I'm not sure if she really grasped the concept. She's a smart one, but only she doesn't really have a comprehension of what I'm trying to explain.
Sarah, can you awaken Kruthi?
No. Have the appropriate components for that.
Damn.
But if it helps, everyone is in control of their own reversion to solid.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, we'll certainly give it a try and see what we can do.
All right. So, 13 degrees north by northeast is that
Northwest.
way. Northwest. Is that way. Yeah. Try to stick together and try not to get lost. And if you're gonna revert, put yourself on the ground first.
Yeah.
So, just to clarify, it was northeast and 13 degrees northwest, which means it's kind of between the two.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Great. So you cast Windwalk on everybody,
Walk on everybody.
and that spell lasts for 8 hours. Okay, great. And
I remember you did the travel mileage at some point.
I did.
It was a lot
I think it's something like
per turn.
30 hours. Yeah. Anyway, so you all transform into clouds over the next minute and rise up, and Trip is going to attempt a what do you call it? A survival check to get up there. Or not to get up there, but to do his thing. Okay. Cool. So it looks like the cloud that is Trip, which is a much smaller cloud than most of you, kind of seems to head north in a direction. Like, seems to have no problem finding north, but like, you see him, like, the cloud like dips down occasionally into the forest and kind of comes back up, and it's almost like he's checking to make sure. So the progress is slow.
Okay.
But you seem to be going unharassed.
At least there's no combat.
Yeah. After about 5 or so hours of this travel, it starts to become dark. Because you cast the spell a little around noon.
We're in the north.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's about like the equivalent of like 6 p.m. You know, and it's starting to get real dark and real dim.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the cloud kind of descends and doesn't return up, and you see the bigger than that cloud, but not as big as Defect's cloud of Kruthi also kind of follows after it. You know that cloud has not been far from the other
what?
cloud. Kruthi's cloud is also descending.
All right.
Follow.
We follow.
Yep. As you follow, you see the cloud floats there, and Kruthi and Trip revert to normal.
Cool. I'll dispel the spell for everyone else when we get down.
Cool. Yeah, you all revert, no problem. Well, I think we're on the right track, more or less. But I'm not too sure. It's weird trying to find places you've been from above.
It's true.
Especially
That's
when
fair.
I'm not really an above person. Because he is a gnome
Fair.
and about 3 feet tall.
But
It
we
is a
didn't
lot.
we didn't have to fight anything.
Always a plus.
And look how far we got. Do
Yeah.
I know how much distance we've covered?
So normally you can do about 240 miles in like an 8-hour period. The progress was not that, and you didn't go the full hours. You probably covered a good 100 miles,
All right.
which is good, which is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
It is colder.
I'm assuming where Greg sets up the tent.
Yeah, Grig is already on it. The tent forms up out of the backpack version, and you can set watches for the night if you are so inclined.
I'll take first.
Sure. Great. Unless anybody wants to do anything before the evening.
Nope.
No, good.
Great. Cool. So go ahead, roll perception check, Nereus.
There it is. 11.
Cool. It's very quiet up here. In a lot of ways, it's unlike anywhere you've ever been before, and you kind of just get caught in the surroundings of it. Like, you've been, like, there are trees, you know, in Laurentian or near Laurentian, but the cold you've experienced is usually just the cold bleakness of the shoreline, or being high up in the air, being caught in a storm, that kind of thing. This is a different cold. It's like a cold that is without the wetness and the dampness.
Mm-hmm.
And you have protections against colds, so you're not adversely affected by it, but you still register it. Like, you still feel it. You know it's there. And it's a fairly clear night. There's some, like, clouds up in there occasionally passing by, covering a star or covering a group of stars every so often. But nothing threatening comes your way. And you're not sure if it's because there is nothing threatening, or if it's just most of them are sleeping. Or perhaps have begun their hibernatory processes, if they have them.
Right. Okay. I just thought of this the other day. Can I use Ear of the Storm?
You absolutely can use Ear of the Storm.
And I'm just gonna try, because I don't even know why I didn't think of this before, and ask my dad about the tattoo on my back. I never thought to ask him.
Oh. That is interesting. So, let's see. Remind me, is there a roll involved with that one?
Charisma check. I have to get 15 or higher.
Great. Go ahead, do it. I'm sure you will.
You say that.
Oh.
Can I use the sorcery thing on that to reroll?
I'm gonna say,
it says on ability checks.
and this is decidedly an ability check, so 100% you may use it on Ear of the Storm
Okay.
for a reroll.
Natural 20.
That will do it.
There you go.
So you go inwards to that, like, inner storm that, like, roils in your body, and that, like, it's not necessarily damaging, but it's a tempest that's just a part of you that you've become more and more connected to. And as you kind of focus on that, suddenly, like, you open your eyes and you see this massive winged figure, like, muscles on muscles on muscles on muscles, kind of like a deep tan skin, like sort of Central American, Mesoamerican kind of deep bronze skin, that kind of glints like bronze in a lot of ways. Big, like, angular earrings and a crazy axe made of lightning, just like in his hand, and one of the most beautiful faces you've ever seen, and, like, no real, like, beard or facial hair, but, like, long flowing hair that seems to turn into, like, you know, like rivulets of rain if you're driving down the highway on the side of your windshield that go like that. His hair kind of looks like that. And this is the first real physical embodiment of your dad that you've seen ever. At least this clear and this defined. You've kind of seen, like, shapes in clouds and that sort of thing, but this is it. And he looks at you Ah, Nereus, right? It is the Nereus. You are the Nereus, right? Right?
Yes, are there more?
Oh, who knows? I like a good time.
That's fair. Yeah. Respect.
But I'm impressed you were able to call me up. What can I do for you?
This thing on my back that appeared during a rainstorm. Do you
Thing
know
on
what
your
it
back?
is? I showed my back. It appeared during a
Oh,
rainstorm. This thing. No one knows what it is.
yeah, that's weird. Your mom had one like that, actually.
Do you know what it was?
No idea. Looked nice, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Come on, you're an adult.
Yeah, there's certain things you don't want your parents to hear your parents say.
Well,
Her parents are celestial.
well, you have two parents on the material realm, right? They must have taught you how things work with people and entities, yeah?
I've been told yes, but
Well, all right.
it's just
Well,
different coming from your
Well, here,
parent.
and he's this massive figure, and he kind of like sits down, like crosses his legs, sits down. Well, it's time for you to hear about your old man's exploits. All right, listen up. It begins eons ago, just after the crux of creation. You see, and here I was, a
Just like
simple
the color
lightning.
just rains.
And he starts talking about sexual conquests after like battles against things, all in the name of it seems like he's worked for a couple of different deities, honestly, but he's been with
Gets around.
the huh?
Said he gets around.
In many ways.
Well, it's more like deities have evolved over time, like entities evolve, and you're not sure if they're all the commanding tempest or like earlier forms of that deity, or if like he used to work for like lesser deities, and then when they died, he like joined up with the commanding tempest. He doesn't seem to like have anything other than he fights for what is good and for the prowess of battle to better his skills, and afterwards he likes to get down. So he talks about lightning elementals and all sorts of genders and all times of good times. You good? You good? Everybody okay?
Are you good?
Oh, sorry. Well, he just starts talking about all sorts of creatures and all kinds of genders and all kinds of good times.
All right. I take 119 psychic damage.
And die.
Well, as lovely as hearing all of this is and all the nightmares I'm gonna have.
Right. We were talking about your back thing. Right. Sorry.
Yes.
I got carried away. Once I start going, I got a long list,
Oh, I'm sure you do.
And he pulls out this, like, scroll that looks like it's made from wind. And he, like, unfurls it. And he's like, you see, I started keeping a list because I had to. Otherwise, you don't want to forget the story. And they're cross-referenced by, like, what we did and the position and, like, how long we both lasted and if there was a round 2 or not. Oh, right, you're back. Sorry. And you're back. Your mom had one of those marks, too, actually. Never got around to asking what it was about, but she was real pretty. She had this long flowing hair, and she was like calling out to the storm one night, just like kind of in like a wild ecstasy kind of moment, and she caught my attention. And
All right.
it was a good time. What was her name? I can't remember her name though, and didn't.
Oh, is it not on your list?
Well, it is, but it's hard to. It's not cross-referenced by name.
Not cross-referenced by kid.
Or by name.
Right.
You know, because like names are important. Don't get me wrong, but it's other things are more. I don't need to get into this because you're obviously uncomfortable. Anyway, the point is, your mom was very beautiful, and she had this marking too. So if you find your mom, she can probably tell you about it.
All right. Well, thanks.
I do know the tattoos, the floaty ones. I know what those are.
Some eyeball thingy said it meant protection.
Yeah, it's in this weird kind of speech from beyond that they call deep speech, which is weird that they call it deep speech when it's speech from like beyond the realms of existence. It's kind of weird.
I mean, this whole interaction's been weird, frankly.
Oh, come on, this is our first real heart-to-heart. I feel we bonded a lot here. Tell me, what are your conquests?
My current conquest is going to be fighting entities trying to start up the spell storms again.
Ah, excellent. Well, not the Spellstorms thing, but I like a challenge. Good boy, good on ya.
Yeah. If you ever feel like throwing down a massive thunderbolt into that tower, though, I wouldn't be opposed.
Well, I don't know where the tower is. I'm not all-knowing. I'm just good at what I know. And we're actually technically not supposed to interfere too directly with Nuuli.
Well, I think they're trying to ascend to godhood again when the moons meet.
Oh. Huh.
So, maybe you'll...
So this has to do with those
that.
shard things.
Yeah.
You
They're
should
trying to
definitely
do
stop
what the
them.
Ibn did. Yeah, but, you know, maybe some divine help, maybe if it's not direct, might be great to have.
I can't promise anything. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. You did all this way, you did all this work, you came all this way, you got my attention, we're having this conversation. So, your world, right, Nuuli?
Mm-hmm.
The gods made that pretty early on in their, like, exploring our godhood, exploring the cosmos kind of vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't craft it from nothing. There was something there.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a bit of a battle over it. But when they eventually, all of them together, crafted the world, there was a certain number of them, and then one of them decided to, hey, these creatures we've created, you mortal folks, we should let them do a little bit of magic as well, because, make their life easier. And there was disagreements on that. But they did it anyway. And eventually, over time, one of their number got supplanted by a mortal. Rose up, kind of slew the previous god, and took over the whole portfolio. Well, not the whole portfolio. The portfolio's kind of changed up a bit. To the point where only the gods actually know which god is the one that used to be mortal anymore.
Right. So
the result of all that is, after they came and destroyed the object that allowed that to occur, they all agreed that no direct influence on Nuuli could be done, only through proxy, such as devotees, clerics, paladins, cultists, worshippers, Hail Marys, the whole, like, praise unto our deity, send me thy aid. That kind of stuff we can do, or like small little things.
Right. No, I'm not asking one of you to just come in. I mean, the lightning bolt I did. But I'm not asking one of you to come in and, like, step on the tower and just kill everybody and just be done with it. Because if you can't do that, I guess I understand. But
Well, if
Maybe
the
you can talk to some people. Maybe you can. I don't know. You have any items that we can borrow? That axe, my friend would very much like to hold. I know that much.
nobody gets this axe but me.
No,
But
okay. But I'm just. You know what I'm trying to say, correct?
yes, you
Alright.
want
Feel
godly
alright.
implements to take care of mortal problems. And I get what you're asking for, and I understand why you'd want it. It's not an unreasonable request. I get where you're coming from, kiddo. But if anything like that came from the armories of the Commanding Tempest, pretty soon there'd be objects from, oh, I don't know, the Enticer, the Slaughterer. And those are not things that should exist on your plane. Because the last thing your planet needs is a god war.
Right. But the last thing our continent needs is to explode from more spellstorms and possibly have another person rise up to godhood.
Again, you're not wrong, and I feel where you're coming from. But,
Dad, how about this? Just do me a favor.
I will see what I can do.
Run it by some folks. See what everybody's feeling about it. Possibly, we are a bit of a rush because when the moons align and all.
Oh,
We
so,
will
so
do
you've
our
got
best.
5 days.
Yeah.
Wild. Wild
I
times.
know you eternal folk don't probably always work very fast, but this is coming up, and it probably would affect all of us. Probably our plane first more, but the wrong person gets their hands on the wrong amount of power, like Oligar, the one that would probably seeming to run things.
Oh,
and
that
he will
guy. Yeah, that
destroy.
guy is... I mean, he's not a good guy, but he's a good fighter. Let me tell you.
Oh, I've heard, but imagine if he rose to godhood and the chaos he'd reign.
He could never. He might, get really powerful, but that guy will never be a god. That ability was destroyed and can't be replicated unless the entirety of the Arcanum Progeneris is restored.
Just maybe operate with this on the basis that it will be.
I mean, I can try, kiddo, but ultimately, the gods, especially the Commanding Tempest, tends to take the view that mortals need to solve mortal problems. However, if something is trying to attain godhood, that is a different matter. And maybe we can work something out. But it's going to be one of those like, hey, you gotta... What?
You froze.
Oh, Discord
A very dramatic moment too.
Discord was doing this earlier this week. I think
You
it
said
needs an update or something.
the Tempest takes mortals need to solve mortal problems, and then you froze.
Yeah. The Commanding Tempest takes the viewpoint that mortals need to solve mortal problems, but if something is trying to attain godhood, maybe we can work something out. But it's not going to be a quick fix, and it's to get that kind of divine power to stop something like that. It's going to be more than 5 days worth of work.
That's fair. I mean, maybe I could be a proxy.
You want to be a proxy for me?
I am half divine, no?
Well, you certainly are, and a very good half, if I may say so myself. Make a persuasion check with advantage for me, Nereus.
$25.
It's pretty good. You know, kid, I shouldn't do this, but I think I owe you a couple birthday presents, right?
A couple.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, come here. Give your old man a hug. Come here. And this massive figure leans over and embraces you. And you feel an electric jolt like lightning course through your body. And you just feel like almost all of your body is now like wet, not from like sweat, but just like you've been in a torrential downpour. And he pulls away and is like, there you go. There's a little something for you. You only get it once, so be careful.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I would use it for the best effect. If you're surrounded by a lot of people, that's the time to use it.
Noted. Well, I appreciate it. Just still, I feel like at least your realms should know what probably is coming.
Hey, I'll pass the word along, buddy.
But it was nice talking to you.
It really was. Feel free to reach out at any time.
If
I
make
might be
it
busy,
easier.
but you can try, right? Like, I mean, evidently, like I've gotten a few rings from you and left a few voicemail kind of deals. So, but this is our first real, like, face-to-face, mano y mano. That's how you identify. You identify as a man, right? So I'm not misgendering you or anything.
Yes.
All right, cool. Great. I just want to check because, I know of your existence and I want to acknowledge you as you are. Good boy. All right.
All right. Well, if I don't see you again, it's nice talking.
Hey, you'll see me again, because if you shed off one existence, you'll just come hang out with me. It'll be great. I'll show you around. I'll introduce you to a few folks.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah, you can give me a list of what you like, and, we'll see what we can do.
All right.
I'll
see you around then.
But no rush, When it happens, it'll happen. But don't rush it. But be careful, and hey, proud of you, kiddo. And there's a big lightning crash, and he disappears, and you open your eyes, and you can see by the movement of the moon in the night sky, the moon's in the night sky, your watch is about up.
All right. I'll go wake up Olive.
All right. Olive is awoken.
Electrocution if I have to, because Olive sleeps through everything. You're muted.
You're muted.
I just realized that. I was going to say, Olive reacts just fine to a gentle nudge. Not,
except in the heat of nighttime combat.
Oh, is it my turn already? How was your watch? Anything happen?
It's quiet. It's chilly.
I thought I heard some storming, but no. Must have been a dream.
No, I was just fiddling around.
Okay. All right. Well, sleep well.
And Nereus gets down in one of the bedrolls and passes to sleep. Olive.
25%.
Wonderful. It is a quiet evening here in the north. Due to your attunement to nature, you sense that there is a calmness and a serenity here that seems to be expected. Like the natural world around you, is like, okay, it's this time. This is what we're doing. You hear the occasional hoot of a snowy owl. You hear the occasional screech of some small rodent being clutched by said owl. And as you just kind of chill and vibe and take in the surroundings, you catch a whiff of something on the air. Just ever so slightly. Brimstone. Sulfur.
Ah, shit.
It doesn't
Is it
linger.
Okay.
Yeah, it just quickly bypasses you, like the very last remnants of something just wafted through on the breeze.
Cool.
and it's gone almost as quickly as it came.
All right.
And that is the only thing of note on your watch.
Cool. I'm gonna wake up our friend the paladin and
Okay.
mention to him that there was some wafting of brimstone, and that I'm somewhat concerned, but that nothing further has come of it.
Agarian nods in understanding, and he's like, "Very well, Olive. Yes,
Yes.
I will be happy to stand guard." And he gets up and dons his plate mail and exits the tent. And he does a watch. Let's see if he notices anything. What do you think?
He'll notice all the things.
He might. Yeah, so he comes in and, unsure of who to wake up, goes to the nearest person to the entrance, which is Defect, and prods him awake. Excuse me. Defect, right?
That's my name.
I believe it is your turn to take a watch, if you are so inclined.
Of course. Thank you.
The night was quiet, and no dangers have aroused any of my senses.
Thank you for the report.
Good watch.
And I will do my watch now.
Yep, go for it.
16.
Yeah, you don't notice anything on your watch. It's pretty quiet here, which is, kind of boring for you, actually. But nothing crazy or dangerous. I mean, nothing like adventurous happens. Is there anything you want to achieve on your watch?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm good to go.
Cool. The sun begins to rise a little bit later in the day, but it does happen. And you all are awakened. You have a long rest. You have all your stuff back. Nereus, you feel like a little tingle in your body when you awaken. It's kind of like that pins and needles sensation, but not like actually painful. It's just a constant like vibrating.
It's a morning
the
poop.
grovel.
It's funny that
Okay.
for like all the fighting we do, all the times we have to eat meals, get our full 8 hours of sleep in, we never touch upon like bodily functions.
Do you have bodily
It's just
functions?
funny. I mean, defect. No, but I'm just saying in general in the world of D&D.
All right, everybody
As
who wants to
characters,
pee in the morning, let me know.
Do I have to roll for it?
Roll for accuracy.
There can be a roll
I'm
involved.
just saying, guys. It's just funny. That's it.
I write Defect's name in the snow.
Make a dexterity check.
Performance check.
Well, is he doing?
19!
It's cursive.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there's enough left that after the tea, you can actually turn it into a little double-bladed axe.
I do it.
Yeah.
Defect, look what I made.
Defect is impressed, but also disgusted. It's just one foot in each world.
Indeed.
You brought it up, man.
Well,
I did. That was me. All me.
so Nereus, you feel a little tingle throughout your body ever since you woke up. Like at first you thought it was like, oh, I slept funny, but like it's still there. It's not painful, but it's just sort of this like constant like vibrating hum or something.
Mhm.
Great. Trip wakes up. Agarian wakes up. Kruthi wakes up. What would you like to do?
So, Crip, did you feel comfortable-ish enough or get a hang on being a cloud?
Well, it's not necessarily being a cloud. A cloud that's difficult. It's the problem is it's hard for me to navigate up there.
Right, right.
I mean,
So
when
we have five days until our deadline.
Well,
Five?
if
We have 5.
okay. Well, if we traveled, I don't know, about 100 or so miles yesterday, well, really, I guess more like 105 because we traveled a few miles beforehand, and then there was the fight, and then we traveled the other 100. So I guess, based on where we were, and sounds like he's describing, or that archer guy described the foothills of the Balaged range, which normally I would say from here would be about 4 or 5 days of travel, depending on what you run into and the like. But if we're traveling that quick, we could potentially do it in a day and a half or so.
and that would give us a couple of days to look around.
Sure.
So we can maybe do another day of the air travel, and then you can do it. We can do it half a day, or another day on foot. Make you more comfortable and able to get us there more accurately.
Yeah, if we're going to get close to this place, then I don't think we should be conspicuous clouds.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's a
So
big
does that-
like warning sign in my mind.
That's fair. So another day, one more day's travel is clouds, I guess.
I guess, yeah. I mean, that guy didn't give us real mileage or anything, so
No,
That
but
kinda
you.
from here
Yeah.
the Balageds are about 5 days, so that's about 150 miles, give or take. Wait, no. Yeah, so if we do another day like that, then yeah, we could get there today or tomorrow.
Time is of the essence.
All right. So cloud us up then.
Off we go.
All right, you become clouds, and away you went. Trip will make a survival check to kind of just navigate around. Okay. So it's much similar. It's a lot the same way. The 8 hours goes by, and it's like dipping, and kind of he backtracks a couple times, and like sometimes he goes like really high and then like really low. So it's not speedy travel. It's fast. It's much faster than you would normally get to go, but like you can tell he's like double checking and looking around a few times. But after about 8 hours, he descends, and it's getting dark again, and you all revert, and he says, "So I think we covered about the same, about 100 miles in that." And it's a little dark, but we might be able to see something in the morning.
All right.
Cool.
We can in the morning if we need to. Can fly not as a cloud to get a better viewpoint.
Well, if we are close, and then you're flying as yourselves, like that's also like, hey, look at me, shoot me down.
No, I meant like as a bird.
Oh, That's a good idea.
Just to, get the lay of the land, if that helps.
Sure. You see Agarian and Spoot having a conversation. It seems to be a pleasant one. They're chattering away about something. Sounds faithful.
Gross.
There anything to hunt around here for dinner?
Make a survival check.
21.
Yeah, you find a deer and you're able to take it down.
Venison stew, guys.
Definitely will feed you all.
I start cooking.
Yeah. A delightful meal of venison is had. There's enough fresh snow around, and as you're kind of cooking dinner, the snow begins to fall and clouds kind of roll in. So it
I
is.
prestidigitation Griggs to be extra spicy.
They gobble it down. They go, it's hot, and just keep gobbling. And down it goes. Seems to pass fairly innocuously. So unless anybody wants to do anything specific, you can do another long rest.
Yeah.
Hold on. Maybe something I want to do, but I'm not sure yet. Sometimes forget what high level spells. Actually, hold on. Oh, sweet. So I'm just curious if we've like sat down, had dinner, everything like that. Is this spot that we're in known to me?
What are you asking?
Teleport. Like if I could teleport back here easily enough.
I think you would have to like take something from this location, but I would say so. Yeah, you've spent time here.
Okay. I mean, like just from the location, like if I just take a rock or a stick or something like that.
Yeah. You might not get the exact spot, but yeah. You would be familiar enough to teleport to this general location.
Okay.
Yeah.
After dinner, I'm going to Wint, but I'll teleport outside the door so Nick doesn't get upset.
I'm sorry, it got garbled. Can you say that again?
I'm gonna teleport to the Pearl
Okay.
in Winton, but right outside the front door, so that neat Nick doesn't
Classy Nick, but yeah.
classy Nick doesn't get upset.
Yeah, you appear. There's a roll for that? For teleport?
If I don't know the place.
If you don't know the place. Okay.
Yeah.
So you
if I'm not familiar or don't have like a connection to a spot, then it gets real wiry.
Right. That's what it is. Yeah. So there's a flash of lightning and Nereus disappears from you all. And Nereus, there's a lightning crack in a dark evening sky, and you appear at the front doors to the Black Pearl in Winton, where you were but 3 or so days ago.
Or wait, sorry. Hold on. Can I? So I forgot I can't sorcery point back that high of a spell level slot. Could I take that back and just do a teleportation circle, or is it too late?
Yeah, you're going to go to the basement of the Polished Mug?
Yeah, and then go to the Pearl.
Okay, yeah.
I want to go to the Pearl regardless. I forgot I can't sorcery point past spell slot 5.
Yeah, sure. Not a problem. So, Nearest draws the circle. Lightning flashes up from the circle. Nearest disappears. You reappear in the basement of the pearl, or the basement of the polished mug, and make your way to the Black Pearl. Classy Nick, in his ever silent but rotund tieflingness, smiles at you and notices you're alone, and then just kind of gestures you in.
Is Spark making her rounds?
It is lively in here tonight. There's some big to-do going on, and you see Spark chatting it up with a familiar-looking Furbolg captain.
Spock.
Nereus, my ducky, how are you? Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, ladies. And she rushes over. She's got this long blue velvet number on with her customary like elbow-length gloves that she always seems to wear. These ones are like a dark blue at the elbow, and they fade to like a sky blue with little glittery stones or something on them to make them appear like stars in the night sky. And her typical like boosted up cleavage, low cut, bare shoulders with a few scars that from various trophies from her days as a pirate queen or whatever she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Nearest my ducky, how are you? So good to see you. Where are your friends, love?
We're kind of holed up another bit near the Balagad range.
Oh, well, Ducky, do come into my office. Let's have a quick chat about your Balagad, And she brings you into her office. Has you sit down. Now, my Ducky, what is it that I can do for you, eh?
So I had a big heart-to-heart with my dad.
Your dad?
Did have a...
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is this, I don't really know your father's situation. Is there some new thing?
Storm deity.
Oh. Well, I guess it'd be pretty hard to contact sometimes, eh?
Yeah.
All right, Ducky.
Normally I get voicemail. This time I yanked him down in person. But, I just... So in the past I had a vision of a lady who seemed very familiar. I don't know how. Outside the polished mug. But my dad says that somebody, but my mom, my real mom, has a tattoo like mine on her back as well.
Let's see.
I don't know if you could... I don't know what it means. Nobody knows what it means. It just appeared one day. But I don't know if you could do a personal favor and just see if you could find someone with that kind of tattoo on the back. And I'll turn around and like kind of show.
Make a persuasion check for me.
$19.
She kind of smiles and says, "Well, Ducky, I do consider you a good personal friend at this point, my dear. Why don't you let me have a good look at that tattoo, and I'll take a few notes and see if I can do any findings of my own while you're off saving the world, huh?"
When I come back, I will, if you can do this, I'll... Any favor.
My Ducky, happy to be of service to someone like you. Now let's take a look at that tattoo, eh? And she asks you politely to disrobe.
Well, I'm only wearing a scarf around my shoulders, so it's not...
Right, but she wants to see the whole thing and, like, make drawings and everything.
Right.
So she kind of, like, looks at it and kind of, like, raises your arm to see, like, the part that, like, goes, like, underneath. And and just kind of like traces it in a few places, and you hear her scribbling and drawing on some form of parchment or vellum or something. And after a few minutes, like 10 minutes or so, she's like, all right, Ducky, I think I have everything I need. Now, I do want to emphasize that I will do my utmost in this for you, my Ducky, all right?
Right.
And I must say, finding such an interesting tattoo on more than one individual would be quite fortuitous indeed. So, I will do my utmost, because I do care about you so, so much. My dear Ducky, it will be the highest triumph if I am able to succeed for you in this endeavor.
Yes. But
And I look forward to that favor that I will get in return.
oh, of course. Maybe I'll also bring you back something shiny from the ancient ruins.
Well, that would certainly be welcome. I know Balthazar could use with some... well, he gets a little stingy about not having enough to catalog these days. You'd think running a business would do it for him, but he misses counting the treasure.
If he's anything like Grig, I get it.
Believe it or not, Ducky, they are surprisingly similar in some ways.
Aside from the height. I mean,
Quite different.
And Grig's a bit more chatty, but yeah. Anyway, I have to get back because we're gonna start setting up watches soon.
Of course,
But,
my Ducky, of course.
I would just appreciate it because nobody knows what this means, and I know there's a prophecy linked to it. So,
Oh. Well, are you more interested in a meaning or an individual matching the tattoo?
well, my father said that she might know more about it because she has it.
So
as
find
well,
one, you find the other, perhaps, eh?
perhaps, or at least a better lead.
Very well, my Ducky. I will do my utmost.
All right, and I will as well.
Go be a hero, love, eh?
Do my best. If not, I'll cause as much chaos as I can.
That's the way to do it. Reminds me of my old days. I miss them.
If you can't take them down, you take them down with you.
That's right. And she stands up and kind of puts the drawing stuff down, and then like takes your chin in her hands again.
Well, I better get out of this place before I
be
teleport.
careful, all right?
Thank you.
And she
I'll,
squeezes your chin and steps away to allow you to vanish.
Also, I'm gonna need your tailor, by the way.
You would look fetching in one of my numbers.
Oh, especially the gloves. I love the gloves.
Indeed, they are a statement, aren't they, Ducky?
They are. Maybe once I'm throwing less fire and lightning, and they won't burn away. It'll be nice.
I think you would cut a rakish figure.
Well, I will see you later, and I'll start headed out the door,
Great.
and then just teleport back.
Yeah, you head outside the door and teleport in the street, and Nereus reappears in the campsite in a bolt of lightning.
And how is Captain Yarrow these days?
Great, you should see her dress. It is the material's very nice. Like a nice dark blue, and she has these gloves.
Very
Great.
practical about the glaciers, yes.
Yes. I mean, have you seen what I'm wearing?
Every day.
Or not wearing, sometimes.
That's fair.
Wonderful. You all set up watch. And as you settle in to get some rest, take your watches, that's where we will take our 5-minute break. So we will take our short rest. Thank you, everyone, for being with us so far. We will be back in 5 minutes. Stay tuned. We'll pick up right here when we're back. Short rest time. See you in 5. Bye. We'll be back. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for sticking with us. We are back. We are just about to pick up on a long rest, or for a night's watch, I guess, is really what it is. So, who would like to be first this evening?
I could go again.
I don't feel strongly when
Go ahead, man. Do it up.
I almost clicked persuasion. 9.
Maybe you should have clicked persuasion.
Don't attack us.
Cool. Do me a favor. Roll a d20 for me, if you would be so kind.
God. 16.
Great. Cool. Weird.
Apparently, I refilled my water and left it in the other room.
Wonderful. Why are you doing this? Sorry, my disk or my my OBS is doing weird things, and I don't know why. Great. So a 16 on the d20 roll. So you are standing there, Nereus, and the night is there we go. The night is overcast. It's snowing. Vision is not as. Oh, God damn it! Sorry. OBS just shit the bed, and I don't know why.
Uh-oh.
Or like, it's running, but it disconnected, and I don't know why. Okay. Alright, we're back. I think we're back. I think we're back. Are we back? I think so.
Think so.
Great. We're back, everybody. Ooh. Sorry about that, everybody. We are back. OBS
says we're back.
OBS went crazy. Well, thank you. I've got it. So, go ahead. Oh, right. The word. Sorry, that threw me for a loop. It's snowy. It's hard to see. It's not like pelting down. It's not a storm, but it is heavily. It's like those big, fluffy flakes that were like you can't really see because they're just reflecting so much of the light back to you, even under the moons and the star. But it's pretty quiet otherwise. And you are hanging out, doing your thing, when something happens to you, Nereus. And it is not the worst thing that could have happened. As you sort of sit there on the log, or on whatever it is that you are sitting on during your watch, as you contemplate existence here, something comes roaring out of the night towards you. It is massive, and it is wearing like black rags, and it seems like it has multiple heads and long gangly arms, and it rushes up to you from between the woods and swipes at you with a claw. And that is a 17 to hit.
Heal?
It's a surprise round, so you don't get your reaction.
Okay, then yeah.
For 18 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then a 20 for another 15 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
A 30 for 21 slashing damage.
Fucking Christ.
And, a natural 20 for
Damn.
25 slashing damage.
Oh, guys, help.
And it runs up, and it's not silent. Like, once it breaks the tree line, it is on you. And I need Nereus to roll a initiative. Everybody can roll initiative, and we'll see who wakes up and when they wake up.
I can't find my token.
Yeah.
I've got to select.
Y'all, he did 79 damage.
Yeah. Crazy.
Ouch.
what a creature who is like, got more than 2 arms. It seems like it's got 4 arms and like multiple heads. It is nothing. So everyone has had the effective mechanical boost of a short rest, but not a long rest, just in terms of resources and whatnot.
Cool.
Oh shit, ignore. Who rolled a nat 1?
Oh, Spoot rolled in that one? That's glorious.
Something first because I'm dumb. It's been 3 years and I don't know how to play this game.
That's okay. I'll need Trip as well, won't I?
And what's his face? The paladin.
Agarian, yes. I've got Agarian, but I just need to roll for Trip. Oh, I guess I should roll for the creature as well, huh?
No, the creature doesn't have to go again. He's good. He did a
No?
lot.
You think he's all good? All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think he should be satisfied with the pain that he just caused me.
That's fair. All right. Bonk,
Nice.
bonk.
Oh, Grit got an 18.
Right?
Very nice indeed. All right. So Trip is asleep, so he makes a perception check at disadvantage to attempt to wake up. It's a DC 10 for all of you. So everyone who is asleep, we'll do that on your turn. Trip is sound asleep. Agarian, perception is not one of his better skills, but with a disadvantage, he makes a 10. Agarian wakes up and rushes out of the tent and sees you, Nereus. And this creature has just like obliterated you. He has his greatsword, but not his armor. But let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's just able to get there with the rest of you in the tent.
Can we get a map or no?
Yep.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit of a crude map. Sorry about it, but
I just need to not hit people with big spells.
Yeah, this thing like
Just need a visual.
this thing just stormed out, so like you're like 30 feet away from the tent. But let's go to the map. Let's bring you all there.
Let's go to the map.
Yeah. All right. Cover slide.
Oh, this thing. Okay.
Yeah, so here's what you see. It is like many mouths and heads and many arms on 2 legs. It is in the dark, and it's got like rags on it, and it's just raging away on you. Spoot can now roll a perception check at disadvantage. Greg can be on deck to do the same, along with Defect.
Okay.
Oh, Spoot wakes up.
Nice.
So you should have control of his token. So he uses half of his movement to get up.
5, 10, 15. What's visibility?
So it is dark out, but there's some dim starlight. You can easily see within 20 feet and kind of have difficulty seeing within 30. But this creature is big enough that Spoot can see the big creature and can definitely see you and Agarian.
Okay.
He's also got his dark vision sunglasses on. So.
Right. Yeah, I just wasn't sure, like, obscurity and stuff like that, if how well he could see.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is it Spoot's turn?
Yep, he's still got an action.
Oh, right. Okay.
Who was last?
Yeah, because he rolled a nat 1.
Oh, it has a 19 here for some reason. Oh, because it rolled 3 and it took so it is not Spoot's turn. I'm sorry about that.
Right.
It was just the board. It was just the board being dumb. So backtrack. Spoot is still asleep.
All right. Can we
Sorry
just
about
keep the perception roll, or no?
Yeah, we'll keep it. On his turn, he'll wake up.
Okay.
So that brings us then to Greg. Perception check at disadvantage.
Right. Yes.
With Defect on deck.
Olive should be in there too.
You need to start
yeah,
You need to start clicking your token, Olive.
Sorry.
Otherwise, Olive will get
Greg
no
is
turns.
sleep- Greg is sleeping.
Great. All right, Olive, go for it.
Hey!
Hey,
What?
a 25 will awaken.
Damn.
I am
Woke
shocked.
up for combat.
Yeah,
I am
you woke up
utterly
for the
shocked.
first time ever. You have
I think this is the
awoken for combat in the middle of the night, Olive. Good job.
I don't believe it.
Who possibly could? So you awake. You hear sounds of roaring and Nereus in pain. You use half your movement to get up.
Yep. And I rush out of the tent. And I go, oh, holy hell, what's that? And I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Great. Yeah.
Cast what? Oh, Moonbeam.
Yeah.
I thought you said wounding, and I was like, what's wounding?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Moonbeam.
Yeah, so you cast a moonbeam on the creature. Very cool. And it is concentration, correct?
It is concentration.
Does it make a save on the start of its turn or immediately?
Immediately when it enters the spell's area for the first time. So it has, by it being cast, I assume it's entering it for the first time.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
when it enters the spell area or starts its turn there.
Okay, so at the start of its turn, it will make the save.
Okay.
Well, if you smack the beam on it in the beginning, isn't that?
So the funny thing with 5e is like the wording is difficult. The spells usually say when the spell is cast and on blah, 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 blah. When it says something like the first time it enters or starts its turn, that means it has to willingly move into its space or start its turn there.
Gotcha.
Much akin to like a like how an opportunity attack is not triggered if you pull somebody away, or if they are like forced movement doesn't trigger an opportunity attack. Same idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Cool. So at the start of its turn, it will definitely make the saving throw.
Well, it also is now lit.
Great. So
Maybe
everybody
also-
can see this thing perfectly well.
In a cylinder.
No problem. Okay, Defect, go ahead. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, I'm awake.
Yeah, you are awake. You can grab your axe. You can stand up.
Yep. I
Half your movement?
rage.
Bonus
Yep,
action
so-
rage.
It gives me additional half movement upon raging.
Cool. So you have essentially your
Basically, I
full
have, like,
movement.
Full movement this turn. Yep. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. No. Just outside my reach.
Oh, sad
Aw.
panda.
Sad. That's so sad. Oh no.
Don't you
All
have
right,
your
that's-
javelin?
I do, just not as fun.
So I'm going to say that you could grab one weapon when you wake up and rush out of the tent, and it's probably your axe.
You're right. It's 100% most probably my axe.
Which means also anyone who is not wearing light or no armor does not get their armor bonus.
Rose. Good thing I don't wear armor. Anyways,
I think Olive normally
unfortunately,
wears medium
that's
armor, so I
my
think that's why
turn.
that.
That was gonna be my
That's-
question. What kind of armor do I? It is medium.
Yeah.
Medium high. You're saying
Yeah.
I don't sleep in my medium armor?
You cannot gain the benefits of a full night's rest in anything other than light armor, unfortunately. But you're not right up in its grill, so that's okay. But it is now this creature's turn, and it must make a Constitution saving throw. Let's see how it do. It succeeds on the saving throw, so it takes half damage. Is that true, Olive?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I believe that is true. I am double checking. I was trying to figure out what my armor class was without. Yes, half damage on a successful. And if it is any kind of shape changer, it instantly reverts to its original form.
Wonderful. It takes 6 radiant damage and is still exactly as horrifying as it appears to be.
That's fair. I didn't really expect it to be a shape changer, but I thought it might be a nice bonus if it was.
Yeah, totally.
It's actually only a foot tall and just hits like a fucking truck.
Right?
Yeah.
It looks down at all of this group of people, and what it does is it's going to one of the heads reaches down to bite at Nereus. That is a 29 to hit for 11 piercing damage and 1 poison damage. It's going to claw at Agarian, who does not have his armor on, which means... What is his armor class without his armor? Oh, it's a 10. So Agarian gets hit. One of the claws just tears through his body. Very sadly. Yeah.
He's alive.
Agarian is alive, yeah, but he took a big hit with that first claw attack. And then another one of the arms reaches down and claws at Defect. But that's a 14 to hit, so it doesn't hurt.
Nope.
That's gonna miss as well with a natural 1.
These hits when it ambushed me.
It had advantage on a surprise round. And a 30, however, will hit Defect for 14 slashing reduced to 7. And that is its turn, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So like all these arms like just start clawing at you all, and Nereus gets a big bite taken out of it. Nereus, it is your turn. You do not have to wake up. You are awake.
Oh, thank God! I wasn't sure there. If I took that much damage and was not awake, I'd be very concerned. All right. Bonus action, Tempestuous Winds. I'm going to disengage back 10 feet.
Okay.
So I'm back here.
Yeah.
We're just gonna tiptoe a couple more feet away. Do I get swung at?
No, you don't.
Sick. All right. We're going to do Font Manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to cast Haste on Agarian.
Ooh, okay. Agarian gets hasty. Wonderful.
And so I think that gives him a +2 to his AC and then extra action.
Yep.
If I'm not
an extra
mistaken.
attack action. Or an extra attack, I should say. But yeah. +2 to his armor class. I think his speed increases as well.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna chill right there.
All right. And now...
I think it gives you a +2, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. And now, Spoot wakes up.
Alright, Spoot wakes up and is waiting for Nereus to just look at the spell really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plus speed is doubled, +2 bonus to AC, and has advantage on dexterity saving throws. It gains an additional action on each of its turns.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah, and it's 1 minute. Alright, anyway. Spoot wakes up. Come on, mouse. Spoot walks out of tent. 5, 10, 15. And we're just gonna slap a mass cure wounds on people.
All right.
Did that cast it?
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
I cast it twice.
Everybody gets 18 hit points.
Huge that.
Up to your max. But yeah.
Yeah. That puts me in a slightly better place. Alright.
Cool. Anything else from Spoot?
No, wrong. I was like looking at my stuff. I don't think so, no.
All right. Then back to the top. The DC for perception checks to wake up goes down by 1. And he still rolled in that one. Trip is like out.
Wow.
Trip is the new olive.
He and Kuthri are like kind of like nestled together and just like passed the fuck out. And then we go to Agarian. Agarian will lay in with his short sword, or great sword rather. So he makes 3 attacks. All of those hit.
Well, if it's an extra attack action, is it you still get the 2 attacks?
No, it's 1 attack.
Okay.
He normally makes 3, but so he gets a 4th one. as part of his
Gotcha.
haste. Which all of them hit. Wow, that's a lot there. One of them's a natural 20. That's fun.
Sick.
So let's see. That is minus that. And then minus that. That's a big number.
Sometimes I forget how great haste is.
16 plus 16 is 38.
32.
32.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And minus that. Yeah, so Agarian lays in with 4 like massive great swords, and each time that sword glints in, and like it seems like it like absorbs light from the moonlight and blasts it back into the creature, and it's like very angry. This creature is indeed. And he's going to, yeah, that's what he's going to do. Good job, Agarian. We go to Greg. Perception check, DC
Greg.
9.
Yes.
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright, Greg's sleeping through it. Olive, we are back to you.
Cool. Olive is going to leave that moonbeam right where it is because it's doing its job. And she's going to.
It's just an action to move it. It's not like an action to upkeep it, right?
Correct. It's actually a bonus action to move it.
Oh, okay.
Convenient because it also is a bonus action for me to shapeshift. Cool. Yeah, what the hell? She's gonna throw a blight at that thing.
Okay.
Which is also
The hell is that?
Oh, that. I thought Olive was going to shape change. That's just the Olive.
she's gonna do that after she casts the spell.
Great. Constitution save?
Yes.
Ooh, that is a fail.
40 necrotic damage
Wonderful.
to that thing. And then Olive is going to turn into a giant scorpion.
Great. Love it.
And scoot around here to stand in front of Nereus and Spooky. Menacingly.
Cool. Huh. Well, you're gonna look like a giant crocodile, but there you are.
Love it. Olive, is that the right animal?
Scorpion has an armor class of 15.
Great. All right. That brings us to defect.
Yes. Finally, I will move up to here.
And I get extra.
You get temp HP, 5 per person around you.
Within 30 feet of me. So that's one. That's everybody.
I'm gonna say those who are unconscious do not count.
Fair.
That's still 20.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, great. Sorry, carry on.
No, cool. So I'm raging. I'm
Yeah.
going to be reckless as well.
Go for it.
And let's swing at it. 18 to hit
That's hits.
for 20 points of damage.
Yeah.
And attack number 2.
Oh no!
Ooh. Good thing I'm reckless.
A
So,
14 misses.
Damn. Okay. Well, that's my turn.
All right. You see this like deep gash that Agarian left in it, and a few others begin to heal over slightly, and it looks like this creature regains some health.
Mm-mm.
Don't like that.
Yeah, it does. It makes a con save against the moonbeam again.
Moonbeam.
Fails that.
Yep.
Go ahead, roll for the moonbeam.
Uh, there it goes.
All right.
9.
It takes
9 radius.
And then what it does is it just moves kind of like down through this area. So, Defect, you would get an opportunity attack. If you
Cool,
so
which I will
wanted.
do.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would affect its movement, but with my slasher feat, anytime I do hit it, it gets negative 10 feet of movement. Oh, I'm sorry, no, never mind.
I think that's only on a
No, wait,
natural
no.
20, right?
No, on any hit. I'll throw it up in just a sec.
On any
First, I hit. There. 28.
Damn.
17 points of damage. And the slasher feat I will throw up so you can see that I am not lying to you all.
Oh, I don't think you're lying. I'm just amazed because that's real good.
So once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals
Yeah,
slash
so
damage,
once per turn, not every time.
Once per turn, yes.
So its speed is 10 feet slower, but that does not come into play in this particular instance. As it just kind of steps around Agarian to like tower over Olive, and it seems like to get all of you within its reach as its torso begins to spin around and all of the claws begin raking at all of you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Or everybody who is conscious, at any rate.
Yeah.
Olive, this will be done as a giant scorpion.
Wait, what kind of saving throw? You cut out.
Oh, sorry. So the body spins around and all the claws rake at you. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. That's as a giant scorpion for you, Olive.
Yep.
Cool.
Oh no.
Remember,
I do
Agarian
that,
gets advantage.
Agarian
and I
gets
have advantage on this too,
Yes, you would.
which doesn't help anyway.
It does help Agarian, however. Agarian succeeds because of the advantage. And roll for Spoot, because Spoot is also in range.
Oh, yes. Did it roll?
No, it did.
There we go. Spoot succeeds, which is nice.
You rolled the dice so we can see it.
Oh, yeah. Great. So, indeed, those of you who failed take 47 slashing damage.
Oh, shit.
Those of you
That
who...
is 1 point more than I had HP.
What?
So you go down.
Ah!
Sad day, Nereus.
I'm gonna kill this bitch.
So you lose the concentration. I mean, you're doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately, Agarian's haste also disappears as a result of you falling. So if you succeeded, you take 23 points of damage. Defect, you take 23 because it's halved against you and you failed.
Got it.
But it is just slashing damage.
That's right.
Cool. Well,
Okay.
that is its entire turn, but it did a lot to hurt a lot of you.
Yeah, well, that was a good turn.
Nereus, in this moment of unconsciousness, tell me what you see real quickly in your mind and roll me a private death save, if you'd be so kind.
Just a whirl of claws. That's just the last thing I see.
Yeah, the last thing you see, these claws swirling towards you, slashing at your face and body. Go ahead, slash GR D20 for me. All right, so Nereus, you are on the ground unconscious, and you see these claws slash through your mind as you lay there. Next up, we have Spoot.
All right. Spoot is going to cast another mass healing word
Thanks, Spoot.
All right, do it up.
once I scroll to it. Or sorry, not mass healing, mass cure wounds.
Mass Cure Wounds.
Ew.
All right, everybody gets 13 hit points back.
That is better than none.
Yeah, decidedly so. All right, fantastic. Anything else from Spoot?
Nope.
All right, we go to Trip. We're going to drop the DC by 2. It's a DC of 7 to wake up because that was a very loud attack and very crazy. Well, Trip finally wakes up, so that's good. He uses his action to wake up Kruthi and kind of glances out of the tent and goes, "Oh no, a dire troll!" And I don't think he has any bonus. Oh, he does have the bonus action. He bonus action dashes up here, and Kruthi just kind of scrambles along with him. We go to Agarian, who is going to lay in 3 attacks again. All 3 of them will hit. Agarian doing massive damage to the creature. Massive indeed. Damn. Yeah. Just like bursts of brilliant light shining into this thing. And then we go to Greg. DC 7 perception check at disadvantage. Hey, it's
20.
Well, 17, but a 17's enough.
Right. Sorry. Excellent. Okay.
Half their movement to stand up.
Yes. So 15 left. Go to spells here. So Greg wakes up, muttering, waking out of a dream, saying something like, Dad, I said I didn't want vanilla for my birthday cake. Wait, what? Where is everyone? Gets up. 5, 10, 15. Sees this monstrosity and will say, I don't know what, but will cast Firebolt.
Go for it.
Ooh.
25 will absolutely hit.
That's a sexy damage for Firebolt.
It is.
Seriously.
So, Greg wakes up. What the fuck? What's going on? Runs outside. Oh shit! Blast this thing for 22 points of fire damage, which is enough that the creature ignites and becomes covered in flames.
Awesome.
And yeah, it hurts it a lot. And it goes it goes down. Yeah, it is just wreathed in flames.
God damn, Greg.
Yeah, it's down on the ground. It's so burned, and you can see it's like twitching.
Olive's going to attempt it. Time you woke up, Greg, except she's still a scorpion, so she just kind of makes some clicky noises.
Do you want to do anything, Olive?
Not if it's dead, no.
Okay.
Start picking at the barbecue troll.
Yeah, it smells pretty gross. Defect, are you gonna do anything?
No. Can't believe Greg just woke up and killed it.
Cool.
No, that's it. No,
Yeah. You've fought trolls before, like, you know.
They're flammable.
Which, yeah, they're
very.
severely flammable, which is
Fire.
why it surprises you all when it stands up again.
No.
What, Rose?
Yep, it stands up again.
It's like
And once again, it twists its body, and everybody within 10 feet of the creature needs to make a 19 dexterity saving throw, please.
awesome.
That's a fail. That's a fail from Nereus. Agarian.
No, that's a fail from me.
Agarian rolls a natural 20. Isn't that nice? So Olive. Oh, I think Olive as a. Yep. Nope. It's a 19. Sad days. Although Trip and Kuthri and Grieg are all out of range, everybody else except Agarian takes the damage.
This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
Everybody except Agarian takes 39 points of slashing damage. Defect reduced to 19. Agarian also takes 19. But that is its turn. Nereus, are you conscious still or no?
No.
Okay. Please tell me, what do you see in your mind's eye, and roll me a private death save.
/GRD20.
/GRD20.
Just more terrifying claws, honestly. It's just not, because he literally wakes up just to get cut down.
Yeah,
so
fair. Okay. Olive, make 2 Constitution saving throws for your moonbeam, by the way.
Oh yeah, and that's my con, or the
It's
I
the
think
it's the creature's con, because you take on its physical characteristics.
but it's your concentration, no?
Uh,
Wouldn't that be more mental?
Let me double check, because this always is like a weird thing. Con saves in wild shape.
I know, like, if it's resisting like cold, it'd be physical, but like if Olive maintains her mental capacities.
Yep.
Right.
Let's see. You use the creature's con modifier plus so you get your proficiency bonus, but you use its modifier.
great. So I get a plus 5 proficiency. Both of those.
Well, that's if you're proficient in the saving throw.
I am.
Okay, great. So then, yeah, so you get whatever its bonus is plus 5.
Great. That's a 15 and a 23.
Cool. I believe the first time you failed the saving throws, so you took, I think, 47, the full 47 the last time, which would have meant the DC was a 23.
Right.
Hello, Painapple. That's a perfect name for what's going on right now. We love a good Painapple.
More pain.
Yep.
So Moonbeam.
So Moonbeam is gone, unfortunately.
Cool.
Great. So Nereus is unconscious on the ground, which brings us to Spoot's turn. What will Spoot do on this action? Very surprised, all of you, that this troll that just took fire damage has stood up again.
Yeah.
Spook's just gonna like kind of step back a little bit.
As Spoot does, a claw slashes towards him. That is a 29 to hit for 18 slashing damage.
Math. 18.
Yep. Yeah, so if you just click the token and click the red circle, you can just write
Yeah, I'm just-
minus 18 and it will do it for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sick. I didn't know it did that.
Yeah.
All right.
Fun little functionality for you.
Yeah. And then we're going to cast Heal.
Ooh, nice. On the troll.
Yes.
Great. It'll be very happy with that.
Yes. And we're going to cast Heal on Nereus.
All right, Nereus. You get 70 hit points. Wonderful.
Cut me down now, bitch.
Anything else from you, Spoot?
No, that's it.
All right, we're back to Trip. He shouts, "Fire's the right idea. Fire and acid. Just keep firing an acid in it." And Trip is going to. He doesn't really have much. He pulls out a vial of something from a bag that he's got in his hand, and he just lobs it over at the creature here. Hits. It splashes the creature for 2d4 for 3 points of acid damage. So this small little vial of acid just shatters on the creature and it roars. But it's still standing. Agarian, on his turn, does he have either of those things? I don't believe so. Nope. So he's just going to do what he does, and he's going to attack it. Oh, he's going to miss with 2 of his attacks. But the third one is a natural 20. So the creature does go down again. And we go to Greg.
Greg's going to do Firebolt again.
Okay, great. A 14 will miss.
No. Can Greg change that number any possible way, guys? No?
No.
No. All right. Well, it is what it is.
Olive.
All right, Greg misses.
Olive is going to cease being a scorpion.
Okay, great.
He's going to grab Nereus by the arm and back the fuck up.
Cool. Make a strength check to drag the now conscious Nereus.
14.
At least I'm not dead weight.
Nereus, you weigh what? $120?
Yeah.
Yeah, with a 14, I think you could drag him like 5 feet back.
That is enough. So we're going back.
Cool.
And then she is going to cast Wall of Fire.
Oh, nice.
Don't burn the forest down.
And I'm going to cast it. I'm going to use a device that actually draws. And I'm going to cast it right across that line.
Great.
With the ouchie side toward the troll.
Yeah, totally. So that it just rakes over this massive line of fire.
Creature must make a dexterity saving throw. I assume it fails since it
automatically fails while it is unconscious. 100%.
So it takes 5d8 fire damage.
Yep.
That's not 5d8. Okay, great. So that's 18.
Yep, that's 18. So yeah, you see the corpse chars over yet again in this big conflagration. Defect, it is your turn.
What Defect is going to do what Defect does and has nothing on him that deals fire damage. So we'll just swing his axe at it. Is it too much to ask if he can concentrate his attack on, I don't know, the neck and chop off its head?
It's got many heads.
I will pick the one closest to me.
Sure, it'll increase the DC by 4. Or the armor class by 4.
That's fine. I'm doing this recklessly too.
Sure.
19 to hit.
That will hit. Yeah.
Oh shoot! All right.
Yeah, your axe cuts in deep. You don't behead it, but you didn't do enough damage to behead it, but you did hit it.
Okay. Cool. And second attack. A 28 to hit.
Yeah, you cleave deep into the neck of this thing, and you feel the bone kind of snap.
Okay. Defect feels good about this.
Cool. The flames roil over the creature, and the body begins to turn to cinders and ash, and soon it's just a pile of rotten, smelling, smoldering remains. All of your wall of fire did more than enough damage while it was unconscious to destroy it.
I don't know if I ever heard that on our last long rest.
Olive, put out the fire, put out the fire.
Yeah. How long is the wall, by the way?
How long is it?
Yeah.
It is 50 feet long, so it is
60 feet? So there is a big chunk of the forest that's now alit in flames.
up to 60 feet. So it's like 20 feet wide.
Oh,
As
up
big
to.
as I want to. Up
Okay.
to 60 feet. Yes.
Great.
So as big as the troll.
Got it.
Basically.
Cool. Yep. It's burned. The forest is fine. Everybody's made it. Good job, everybody.
Woohoo!
I was getting ready to disintegrate its ass.
Unfortunately, this does mean that you will have to restart a long rest because you done had a full battle. And some of you done took a lot of hurt.
It done took a lot of hurt.
Yeah.
Nereus is just gonna stand up. I'm gonna go lay down. Nereus is just gonna
Fair enough.
like face plant down into the tent.
Yeah. Agarian will put on his armor and take a watch.
Okay. I'm gonna say Olive can sit a watch. She took all the damage as the scorpion. So she is fine.
Yeah.
The scorpion, however, is down to 6 hit points when I drop it.
That Packmaster thing helps though.
Yeah. The scorpion also has a much higher armor class than it does. Particularly if it's not wearing any armor.
Thank you, Painapple. They say good job on taking out the troll, everybody. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. So, you all can restart your long rest. Yeah. Agarian will then wake up Olive because you said you would take a watch.
Sure thing. I'm going to put my armor back on,
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
and I got a short rest before my watch. Yeah, because I do have a relevant ability.
You haven't gotten a full. Yeah. After the watch, yeah, you'd have the equivalent of a short rest at this point.
Okay. I mean, I hope it doesn't come up, but
Sure.
I do have a relevant that I used.
Yeah, there's still that like smoldering pile of ash over there.
Cool.
But yeah, 13. This thing either was like random out on its own, maybe, but nothing else is around. If this thing is around, would you really want to be around?
No,
Yeah, makes sense.
he's not a good.
Yeah, so seems like it's, it's a thing. Cool. Who would you like to wake up for a watch?
I'm going to wake up Rig because I believe they're in fairly good shape,
Sure.
Yes.
having woken up and thrown fire at the thing.
Yeah. Greg can make a perception check.
$11.
Yeah, Greg doesn't notice anything on their watch. And Greg will wake up somebody. Probably Defect.
Defect hasn't gone yet. Yeah, so Defect will go next.
Yeah, they tend to wake you up. Alright, make a perception check. Great.
15.
Yeah, cool. So the sun rises during your watch. Like, you had to restart, so everybody's like sleeping in a bit today. So the sun rises, and as it does so, you look over at the pile of like ash that's over there, and something glints in the ash.
Okay, I will walk over to this glinting thing.
Yeah, it's like in the ashes. Like it's just a little edge is visible, and it's catching the morning light.
Cool. No, I'll reach down and like brush around and brush off the ash.
Yeah. So you brush
What do I
off.
see?
You brush off the ash, and what you find is a perfectly spherical black orb.
Ominous.
Perfectly spherical black orb.
Yeah, which is a little redundant to say, but it's a black sphere. It's highly polished, which is why it was catching the light, and probably why you didn't notice it in the dark.
Do we hear inside it?
Defect's the only one who has it.
Yeah. Defect will hold on to it, knowing that this group of people that he's with, they love money, so they can probably sell it. So when people wake up, I'll bring it to their attention.
Yeah. Everybody wakes up, so you can share this tidbit of treasure you may have found.
Yes, I will.
I believe Spoot has Identify always prepped.
I think that's right. I think that's true. So everyone can apply a long rest, and then Spoot can cast Identify after his morning prayers, meditations. What he learns when he casts the spell is that this is some form. There's something divinatory about it. Like it's got a divination signature on it. It also has an enchantment on it that seems to like bind it to something, and it seems to be a communications thing, but not in the sense of language so much as in the sense of drives and desires. The closest thing that Spoot can convey this as is a sort of a want communicator, like a want. Whoever has this, there's another one somewhere that it's matched to, and impulses can be shared over it. So it's not quite sending, but whoever's got the matching one can like push a drive to a creature or receive a want from the holder. In terms of like, like just kind of visceral, guttural kinds of things. Not like high thinking, but like
instinctual.
yeah, that's a good way to talk about it. Instinctual urges, like reward or fight or do this or like, you know. But not like, okay, what you need to do is you need to go down the street, get a box of milk, get a box of cookies. Like, that doesn't work. But, like, find food would work.
So can...
Do we think it's a two-way?
Yes, it's decidedly two-way. And I will also say that Spoot knows that that based on your interactions with the creature, there is no way that it crafted it.
Right. I suggest we put that in the bag of holding. Maybe to avoid influence. At least for now. All of you good there?
Yep.
Got a bit of a cough.
Fine, just choking on breakfast.
I told you to chew.
Yeah, I know. Cool. Trying to think if there's anything like we can do with it, but I don't know what that is.
I would say we just hold on to it for now and just put it in a different plane. Trip, how much further do you think we have to go? Best guess?
Well, let's see. Not too sure. I've never been in this particular area. We could look around a bit, see if we see anything. I mean, if you're looking for a tower of some kind, you probably should stick up above the tree line, right?
Well, I mean, you know best. I'm following your lead.
Well, sure. Let me. I'll climb up one of these trees and see if I can see anything.
Solid plan.
So Trip climbs up one of the trees. Oh no.
What?
Stream disconnected.
Yeah, one. Oh.
Alright, we're back.
Cool.
Sorry about that, everybody. Don't know why it is being this way. But we're back, so that's good. Great. Yay. Trip agrees to climb to the top and is going to make a perception check to see if he can see anything above the tree line.
Great.
Thank you, I've got it. Thank you, Painapple. Thanks for the welcomes back. Trip climbs back down. And it's still snowing, by the way. Like, it's not like a clear day. And he reports that he doesn't see anything, but that doesn't mean there's nothing around. There could be all sorts of, weather phenomenon blocking it. There could be magic hiding the thing. It's hard to know precisely. I do know that Craghold was at one time a stronghold of the Ibn, back before the breaking.
That we remember too.
So there could be leftover residual enchantments and all kinds of stuff. But we can start exploring.
I mean,
Alright.
did you have a view? Would it help if you were a flying creature? Or if...
Well, no, there's just too much snow. It's limiting how far I can see.
Fair. All right. Just thought I'd offer.
I appreciate it. Never been a bird before, so,
Wait, Defect, can you ask nature if there's any man-made structures nearby?
Icy,
Yeah.
welcome into the
Yes, they
chat.
can. So, like, Defect will sit down, commune with nature.
Nice.
I mean, time to be a bird is that your brains are pretty small mostly.
you dig your hands into the snowy soil and earth, and it's a very different feeling than like the other earth you've dug your hands into while you've done this. It's kind of like scratchy against your metallic fingers. But you dig in, and what would you like to know within 3 miles or so?
If there's any man-made structures nearby.
You get a sense of like trees like being kind of groggy and not with it. They're just kind of like, and you get like a negative vibe.
Okay. I'll look to nearest quickly and just shake my head. No.
Yeah.
Well, while I have you here, let me ask if there are any influence from other planes of existence.
Yes. You get an answer of affirmative, like something that is not from here is within this range, within this area.
Probably a bad sign.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So that's probably a bad sign.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And my last question I'll ask about well, it says here I can ask about prevalent peoples. Do I have to be specific? Or it can just be like humanoids.
Yeah, so like
Right,
that's what it
sounds
would tell
humanoid.
you. It would tell you if there's a gathering of like humanoids.
Okay. So I'll ask that.
There's not. You get a sense of like, kind of, like there's humanoids around, but are they prevalent? Not really. And then you remember that your companions are also humanoids.
I don't get like a stronger sense of humanoids outside of the group I'm in right now.
The spell does not do that kind of like separation.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are definitely told that there are humanoids around, but it doesn't tell you like there's 325 humans.
Mm-hmm.
So there are humanoids around. You get the sense that that there's more than just your group, but like your group's in part of it.
There's not like a major metropolis just over the next hill.
Right.
Got it.
Wait,
Okay.
isn't there? I'm just curious. Isn't there a druid spell? Sarah, find the path or something like that.
There
Yeah,
is.
but I think it has. I know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it has to be a place you know, or you have an artifact from, or something like that. I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, that's a fixed location that I'm familiar with.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, shall we go off then, Crick?
Yeah.
Trip nods. Yeah. Agarian also nods. And you see Agarian takes a moment and holds his hands clutched to his armor for a minute, and then kind of springing from his greatsword, a form of a brilliant white stallion appears with like kind of tawny tufts around the hooves, and full saddle regalia. And he mounts the creature and nods to you all and says, "I hope you don't mind. I brought Fred. This is Dawnbreak."
Oh, I'd like to introduce yourself to Dawnbreak.
Yeah, the horse like kind of neighs at you.
I'm not taking the time to. I'm just, say hello to the horse.
Yep. So
Establish.
at this point, I would like a group survival check to see what kind of tracks, clues you might all find.
Oh, defect's not helping.
Why is mine not? There we go.
And neither is Greg.
Well, that's okay.
Do you want Spoot too or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Spoot can help.
I think double click.
There we go.
All,
29.
all over this.
Wow. Well, between Olive and Spoot rolling really high and Trip rolling a natural 20, it doesn't take you too long before you all come across something really interesting. What you find are a series of bodies that is probably about an hour or two after you've begun kind of exploring the area. And these bodies appear to be like gored by some massive boar. Like they have like giant it looks like the signs of like massive tusks or something. But it also looks like they were whoever was here was trying to use fire on it, because there's also big piles of ash like around it. And you look down and you're trying to make sense of this scene, and you realize, everyone go ahead and make an investigation check to get any more real information out of this.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Yeah, between Olive and Defect, you 100% get that the reason this looks kind of strange is because
It is.
it is, but also the depressions in the snow. You realize that it's not just like the terrain; they're also massive footprints, like 3-finger or like 3-digit, 4-digit footprints that are just the size of a person, just kind of stomped over each other. So whatever did this was like massive.
Awesome.
Who do these people look like? Do they look like the Black Hand?
They do not have traditional Shade Reacher garb. They're not dressed in like full black. Like one of them has a black cloak, but like the clothes under it are like browns and like furs. And the same is true of the other person. It's like browns and like earth tones, furs, and like a fur-lined blue cloak.
Are they human?
Hard to tell. They're kind of... They have like a lot of like ravaging to their bodies. So like the skin is missing in a lot of key places. Hard to really tell what species they were a part of.
But they're not like halfling sized or...
No, they're
alive.
medium-sized creatures. Yeah. So you probably guess that they're between 5 and 6.5 feet tall, probably, all things considered. The other weird thing you notice with such high investigation checks is that the paws, the footprints are like in the immediate vicinity, and then they're not.
They're flying, goring creatures out here.
Oh.
Or something that could change planes or teleport.
I don't even know if that sounds even better or worse.
Who knows?
I did smell brimstone a couple of nights ago, and Defect said there were some other planes.
That's concerning. Well, I suppose we should keep an eye out for, or a nose out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what else we could do, so
Yeah. So, based on this information you've discovered, it's up to you whether you want to continue. Like, which direction do you want to go? Is that way? Like, do you want to go further in this direction? Do you want to go in another direction? The direction you found this is kind of north, kind of northwest a little bit. But also, you know, maybe this thing is part of the plot. You don't know. You have no context for what this could be.
right. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Think this was an outer line of defense that these people walked into, or are the bodies like armed or armored, or they look like they're like hunters and gatherers? Around?
There are snapped like hunting bows and like daggers and that kind of thing, but no like weapons of war necessarily.
Okay, so we're not looking at soldiers. We're looking at
Yeah, you're looking at people who like were in the wrong place or someplace they shouldn't have been.
right. I'm pretty sure that is true of everything for miles around here. But sure.
Well, I'm not necessarily the most skilled when it comes to navigating this kind of terrain, so again, leave it up to the experts here.
Hey, Trip, what do you think?
Well, if the Shade Reachers are the outer defenses, it's possible they have something bigger closer to home, and this is the general vicinity of closer to home. So it could be part of their guard dog situation. Which means I think we should personally head back south and like enjoy a beach. But I know you all are interested on this. I mean, danger leads to rewards, right?
Sometimes.
Sure.
But
If we're lucky.
I mean, if their plan goes through, you might not necessarily have a beach to enjoy.
I was being facetious. It looks to me like these people were intruding and got too close to something, and then something. I mean, you said the footprints appeared out of nowhere, or they just stopped. So, sounds like something was either sent or was nearby and heard them. I don't know, but it certainly sounds like they weren't wanted here, and so they were taken out rather than be allowed to escape.
Well, if they don't want people here, I think that's where we want to go.
I
Onward.
think you're wrong. Okay. And so you begin pressing forward in the same direction. I would like someone to roll me a d12, please.
I summoned a troll last time, so someone else roll.
I'll do it. Lucky number 1.
Great. So the snow picks up a little bit, and it becomes very like gusty and windy, and so it's hard to see and hear each other after about an hour or so. The snow is just it's not so bad that it's impassable, but it is very windy and blowy. And that is when, Defect, you trip over something.
I look to see what I tripped over.
It's half buried in the snow. It's hard to see.
I dig through the snow.
Yeah, you dig it out, and it was like a piece of metal or stone that was like sticking up, like, and you pull it out, and it's a sign or like something like that, and it's got something etched into it. What languages do you read?
Ooh. I read well, just Common and Draconic.
Cool. So you can't read this.
Can I take a look at it?
Yeah.
I point to the sign. Anyone else?
Who speaks Primordial?
Me.
Great. Nearest, you dust it off and you read it, and it says, "Beware the nightmares." And then at the bottom in little tiny print, it says, "Custom signed by Ivy Got It."
Well, we knew that already.
The nightmares are the custom sign maker.
The nightmares.
Oh, okay.
We've already.
So, that's fun.
Yeah. And as you're all looking at this sign, the snow's coming down. You're in possibly dangerous areas. And that is when you all hear a like a massive, like when you open a jar and then like a big pop. You might call it a bamf, if you will. And you smell a sickening, sweet aroma that smells like rot and decay and just horrible, like, putrefaction. And you turn around, and immediately above your group, a massive form towers over you. Purple-backed skin, tawny, like, gray underbelly and arms.
Right at the good part.
Always at the good part.
Cut out again.
So this creature towers over you. Purple above, like bloody kind of purple colors. The bottom is like this sickly, putrid gray. Oh, god damn it, OBS. Oh no.
Did it crash again?
It's not crashing, it's just disconnecting, and I don't know why it's doing it. Oh, stand by. Oh no. Right at like such a good point in the story.
Yeah, literally every time you've frozen, it's been like as you start to describe something horrific.
Ugh. Isn't that the way?
Like all we got was you smell this horrible, putrid, rotting flesh, and
Hovering
you
above you is
dead silent.
All right, we're back. We're back. We're reloaded. All right. Yes, everybody, we are indeed back. Oh. Wow. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know why that's happened. That's the third time it happened tonight. I'm so sorry about that. But right as this creature, the greatest BBEG is internet connections. Thank you, Pain Apple. So, a bamf occurs, and this purple-topped creature, like leathery skin, the underbelly is this putrid, jaundiced, yellowy gray, massive spines and tusks protruding a good 10 or 12 feet from its body as it towers 40 to 60 feet above you, and roars a deafening cacophony that sends shivers through your spine regardless of how brave you are. It is truly something out of nightmares. And that is where we will end tonight's episode of Nuuli Forged. So we'll pick up there next week at 7 p.m. on November 8th. What a wild night. Wild times, everybody. Hope you all had fun. Yeah. it was good. It was good. You did good. You got some stuff. You found some stuff. You've made a new friend in the form of this nightmare thing in front of you.
Talk about these friend.
Yeah. Thank you, Hello Painapple. Thank you, Icy, for dropping in and saying hi. And of course, thank you, Ives Got It. And thank you, everyone, for dealing with the silly internet problems. Not as bad as last week, but still annoying as hell. Spectrum, get your shit together. I don't know why it disconnected twice.
And another.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. I just want technology to work. Is that so much to ask? Anyway, thank you all very much. Let's go around and say our goodbyes. I'll figure out who we're going to raid, and then we will wish you all well until next week. Let's start at the bottom of our rungs here with Nereus.
Thanks for watching, guys. Come back next week and watch us get annihilated by a nightmare. Toodles.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Moving on up, we've got Olive. That's right, Olive. I'm right. Olive.
I am Ben Olive. I am Sarah. Hopefully next week I will be able to breathe. Thanks for watching. You can catch up on our past episodes on our YouTube channel. And you can follow us and like us and do whatever the appropriate thing to do is on pretty much any social media of your choice. We are NUULIFORGED in all of those places. Find us, like us, subscribe
Indeed.
to us.
We are all the things in all the places. Just about, anyway. And then we go up to Defect.
Hey guys, I've been Defect, Mike, and thank you for watching. Catch you all next week.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I am Jared. I have been your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. Whoops. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us through what a night. But we'll be back next week. We're going to raid over to Dork Tales. So hop in this raid. Let them know they've been newly raided. And we will see you all next week at 7 p.m. on November 8th, right here on Twitch. And we'll see you then. Have a wonderful week. Be safe. Be kind. Get some rest. Drink water, because I need to do more of that. And we will see you next week. Thanks. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye. Hop in this.